Bella a tutti ragazzi, sono ritornato qua come potete ben vedere da voi su Vampyr. Oh, allora lo stato qui è critico. Infatti sento gente che semena. Gente che semena. Guardali. Oh mamma. Ma è greve. Come si faceva a guardare? È criticissimo. Minchia. È stracritico, la nostra missione principale è a 96 metri, cioè all'ospedale. E io non è che mi ricordo benissimo come... Guarda, che fanno? Ma è buggato! Forse l'hanno ucciso. No. Ma è buggato. Gli NCP sono buggati, raga. Gli NCP sono rottissimi. Ok.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Chissà. Chissà. Comunque erano strabuggati quei cosi. Che è? Ah, a me. Sì, perché sta zona me la ricordo. Ok, sto arrivi a pure confidenza un attimo con i tasti che è un po' che... Grave anche questo. Ma è tutto super grave, raga. Questo è chiuso. It's locked. Questa roba se la prendiamo sempre. Tutto ciò che possiamo prenderci ce lo prendiamo. Dovrebbe essere sotto, infatti. Sta tizia? Ci ho mai parlato questo? Ah no, lei. Ah, ma è greve. Potremmo affascinarla.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
This condition cannot be understood by you, mortal. This curse is beyond your hands.
Non ce l'abbiamo.
I will come and check on you later.
Oh, abbiamo questa sbloccata.
Why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Vediamo che dice.
Plan to make it.
Vediamo che dice.
How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood were romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs.
Ma tu non sei un vampiro, minchia. Ok.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark.
Ma...
Nocturnal activities.
Ma... Questo che dice?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Ci provo, ma sta andando a puttane tutto. Ok.
Goodbye, Milton.
Sta andando abbastanza a puttane tutto da quel che vedo. Ok, questa è la nostra missione principale. Oh, porco Giuda. Oh, cabbo. Devi stare attento a queste cose, Ti sei mangiata...
Or did you not know it was rude?
Ti sei mangiato la tizia.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Sì?
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man?
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
Non c'è bisogno di scusarsi.
No need to apologize, my lady. I know exactly what you endure.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me.
Vabbè, tanto noi siamo
The case
amici.
is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
50
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires,
Oh, finalmente una che ci spiega un po' la
I'm
situazione.
glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Mazza quanti so.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
Perché stava a morire.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Molto tacito.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen.
Sì, 27 anni da quando sei morta.
27. I've been 27 for a long time. And 27 I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secret.
Vabbè, sono d'accordo con lei, mi sta simpatica.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires.
Sono quelli che non riescono a trasformare. Noi infatti siamo migliori.
Slaves to their baser instincts.
Noi infatti siamo super migliori.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan.
Vedo, ma anche se ci sono io stanno a peggio uguali. I quartieri fanno schifo. Io non ho ucciso nessuno. Uno, sì, a inizio gioco.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. something far worse than the Spanish flu is here.
Cioè noi, in teoria.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is
Non lo sa manco lei, in effetti, allora non sta a mentire.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet someone this night.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, the
infatti.
shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess.
Ah, lei è amica nostra per davvero.
I've learned from experience.
Però tocca, ci sta di guardarsi dall'altri.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. Let you
Infatti.
discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our
Ci doveva avere,
almost
cioè,
never accidental.
infatti, cioè, immaginavo.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Un tempo glorioso.
Glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are strong.
Quello vabbè, l'avevo capito senza che me lo dicesse lei, ma va bene.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
E l'ultima. Vabbè, questa qua che è la più stupida.
Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hags.
Infatti.
No,
Più immortali, direi.
you are now an Econ, and that you
Un
should
Econ? Che cazzo è un Econ?
So we are Econs. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Econ are vampires, but all vampires are not Econ. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Econ too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what.
Quindi non è proprio vero comunque quello che sappiamo, eh?
Forget what you think you know about us.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak
Ah, sì?
no more of your.
Quindi lei è amica nostra, ne siamo sicuri?
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
No, non penso.
Goodness no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution.
Immaginavo, non c'era bisogno che ce lo diceva, però.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer.
Non era, abbiamo capito già che non era una pratica
But
comune.
even if you find him, he will answer you.
Infatti. Cioè, quello è bastardo.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny.
Ah,
If you did
era
decide
ovvio.
to sire an
offspring.
Era ovvio come la classica. Sì, vabbè, era ovvio questo.
So me being a vampire
No.
could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it. Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
Ok.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Ok. Tanto vediamo se loro hanno qualche cosa nuova.
Good evening, Doctor.
Oh!
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow
Oh.
your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's?
No, però...
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Quindi... Quant'è? 5 mortaggi tu.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I...
È stanca quindi. Però lo diamo a qualcuno di migliore.
I will see you later, nurse. Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Tu.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us.
Ma mi ci avevamo parlato.
Any better news during these terrible times?
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before.
Rockefeller.
At University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you're
si vede.
environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just
Sì, anche quello lo penso anch'io.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Tell me more about cherished people then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire
Ok,
her skills.
indizio.
I'll go even further.
Altro
If she was a
indizio.
man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Interessante. Ok, perché c'è l'inizio richiesto, non personali. Ah!
Kokorin, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Indagine aggiornata.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Vabbè, siamo le redime.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed the body.
Oh.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tibbets, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Ci sta, 9 indici disponibili, più 100 scellini, incredibile.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Ok. È andata la tizia? Si è data? L'infermiera si è data? Perché brilla quello? Ah. Allora, tocca analizzare il sangue. Quello è tipo mezzo pippato. Tu, come sa c'avevamo...
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Questi qua non si possono toccare comunque, veramente.
Thank you.
Non si possono toccare questi qua, tocca lasciarli in pace. Tu che con te ci avevamo già parlato.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Ah, del braccio, sì.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Ah, 9 indizi disponibili.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick, unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died in the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Ok, vero, ok.
I'll see you later.
Ma dobbiamo andare su. Dove erano le scale? Ragazzo, erano le scale. Oh, ecco le scale. Con le fucking scale. Le scale! Ma è fuori però. Ah, perché questa è la mia stanza. Ah, vabbè, questa qua, raga. Analizziamo sto sangue, missione principale, come si faceva? Questo. E basta.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Ok, andiamoci a chiacchierare. No. Ah, non ho detto questo. Andiamoci a chiacchierare e vediamo. Poi fra poco concludiamo l'episodio. Stiamo a scoprire un sacco di roba. Non c'è molto da commentare perché c'è da ascoltare, raga. C'è da ascoltare.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak. But I have some.
Ah, quindi anche lui c'ha qualcosa da dirci.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
Ognuno di voi l'ha analizzato.
I never saw symptoms like this when I was in France.
Perché non mi fido molto di lui, se posso essere sincero.
Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
E tu perché non l'hai scoperto? Se vogliamo fidare. Ma ancora no, bene. Questo è quello che mi dici di merda tutti, sono sincero.
I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the matter.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins.
Mangio per me. Oh, mai sta di que.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties.
Sì, e poi se famo il macello. Già che è il macello.
There's nothing we couldn't cure.
Non mi piace sta cosa.
Later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan.
Infatti stavo
As
dicendo.
I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Cioè?
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
Cioè?
My sister.
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel
What?
Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
What?
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
A lui pare che gli frega un
My
cazzo.
condolences.
Aspetta un attimo, ma...
I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please do so.
Quanto è il suo livello di fascino? Non ce lo dico.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Perché non ci abbiamo mai parlato, in effetti.
Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
Ci sta.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Prewen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention. But they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous, not to be trifled.
L'ho visto.
To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Something happened. She seems such a very capable...
Non fino in fondo. Con discrezione.
Let's just say we had a difference of opinion. I had to ask her to leave. Permanently.
I believe you. But as administrator of this facility, I would like to be consulted on such matters in the future.
We'll talk
Okay.
later.
Lettera di avvertimento? Attenzione. Un indizio. Questa lettera ci ha portato un indizio. Specie rara di vampiri. Pieno di roba. Lettera. Qui questo non mi fa di leggermelo perché veramente, infatti, nuovo indizio. Perché veramente sono troppe. Mi era apparso tipo di aver sentito un vampiro. Dico, ma che cazzo? Non si sta a regolare. Allora, non abbiamo fatto esperienza praticamente. Siamo andati avanti solo col gioco, sta botta. Toccherà prima o poi mangiare qualcuno anche noi comunque, perché se no qui si mette male, penso, per le nostre abilità combattive. Perché qua c'è veramente tanta roba, ma noi non abbiamo 635 di esperienza. La vedo grigia. Ho 600 però, potremmo prendere. Il vampiro concentrerà il sangue della preda e lo bloccherà, rendendolo indifeso. È più facile uccidere una cosa che non si muove. Ok, sono le mosse difensive. $300 però, Vediamo se la va. Aumentiamo il livello del morso. Questi mi immagino che costavano troppo. Tocca fare quelle di livello 1, comunque le... $1000. Questa quanto costa? 600. Questo 1000. Minchia. Aumenta il tuo volume di sangue. Ok, andiamo. Facciamocela, perché comunque tocca iniziare a potenziarci un pochetto, Bene, ok, ci dovrebbe aver anche salvato automaticamente. E questi si stanno a schiattare. Non posso fare tutto io ora. Abbracciato. Ci mancano ancora 3 persone da scoprire. Questo sta a pezzi. Toccherà curare qualcuno comunque, sì. Qua sto quartiere qua me lo voglio tenere il più tranquillo possibile. Siamo al 12. Me lo voglio tenere il più tranquillo possibile sto quartiere qua, perché è quello lì dell'ospedale. Vabbè, tanta roba. A me sto gioco sta più un sacco, ve l'ho detto. Non c'è troppo da commentare perché parlano sempre loro e va capita la storia. Troppi indizi, troppe robe, quindi si commenta quello che si pensa dei personaggi, insomma, dei vari personaggi. Quindi anche voi potete farmi sapere qua sotto che ne pensate nei commenti. Ovviamente lasciate un bel mi piace a sto video. Se non siete iscritti al canale, cazzo aspettate, raga? Iscrivetevi, attivate la campanellina, seguite tutti i network amico correlati, tanto i link li trovate qua sotto in descrizione o comunque nelle info generali del canale, e ci rivedremo alla prossima. Bella, raga!
The Slender Man.